Good morning, and welcome to Dugas Automotive. I generally try and do these shows around in the morning when I have time, because otherwise I don't have time unless it's late at night, which I'll probably have to do some episodes at night because some mornings I'll be busier and, well, you know. Anyways, this is one of the vehicles I got to work on. We got to change some motor mounts and uh, timing belt, water pump. It's a job. I got to do it. You'll mainly see me here in the mornings, just me right now. I've got some contract workers that I contact when I need help with certain things. Good guys. They're good guys. They got problems with lives, but they're good guys. Anyways, I didn't start this one. I didn't start this episode off this morning to talk about that, but anyways. You'll always see me have a cup of coffee in my hand. Sometimes I have a cigar in my hand, sometimes I won't. If y'all are against smoking, good for you. I know I gotta quit. It's a cigar. I know, shortens your lifespan, makes you look older, blah, 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 blah. Hey, this is America. If you can run out in the street with Jello, naked with Jello all over your body, reading the nudie magazine, yeah. Hey, more power to you. Or wear a boot on your head for when you take a picture at the DMV because it's your religion. Whatever. Whatever. More power to you. Anyways, this morning I got contacted by one of my customers. He had ordered some headers, and he had put some headers on his truck. Old 90s truck. It has the 5.7 in it. A lot of guys, car guys, know about the 5.7. It's pig. It ain't that great. It's not like you're gonna have it's not like a 4.8 or 6.0 or anything like that as far as an LS. It's all right. Anyways, he evidently he's gonna keep the engine. He bought some headers on Amazon. Was it Amazon? Yeah, Amazon. Knockoff headers. He contacted me and said he has no power on his engine. He put the headers on. He said he had power when he had his original exhaust on. Okay. He has no power now. I said, well, he came by yesterday, and that's why I was having that meeting on the last episode with the gentleman who I leased the building with. That hasn't been resolved, by the way. Anyways, he came by, and I didn't get to look at it, but I got to look at it today. That's when he told me everything I got to look at today, because he came by this morning. And I looked at everything, and I was hearing a bunch of ticking going on. I mean, if you know muscle engines, or old Chevy engines, Ford engines, you can hear that exhaust leak. I mean, you can hear an exhaust leak, especially if it's really bad, you can hear it. I'm just hearing ticking all over. And I'm like, what is going on? So I look at the headers, and I see part of the exhaust gasket has already parted. And I'm like, dude, do you see this? I said, who put your headers on? Well, I did. Okay, you put your headers on. And so I look at that was on the passenger side. I look on the driver's side, and on the forward part of the header going to the front, you can see where there's a bolt hole on the header, or there's a hole for the bolt on the header. But the bolt hole, where the bolt goes in and threads in, is further up. Oh, that header's a little too short, ain't it? I mean, it's just sitting there, and I put my finger right over the edge, and you can just feel that exhaust coming right on out. Hell, there were a couple of places where you could feel the exhaust coming out. Passenger and driver side, and I'm like, you got exhaust leaks all over. Now I did tell him, at first I did tell him that if he didn't feel any power after putting the header on, more than likely we got to adjust your carburetor. He has a carburetor. He has the computer controlled fuel on the carburetor instead of the manual adjustment, because I think it's a 91 or 92 or something like that. Can't remember. Anyways, I told him, I said, well, first of all, you got exhaust leaks everywhere. You need to either replace these gaskets, but that may not help because your bolt holes, one bolt hole isn't even aligned on the driver's side. You can't fully tighten everything down. I said, now you put it on. How did you put the header on? How did you tighten it down? Did you just start in the front and work your way to the back? Well, yeah. Well, there you go. There's something wrong right there. I mean, crisscross pattern here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However many bolts you got, it's just like putting a flange on. You want to crisscross. Make sure that gasket seat's perfectly right. I went all over with him, and so I don't know what he's going to do. I told him he needs to change that. The point is, don't get knockoff headers. Just because they're $125 on Amazon or eBay, don't mean they're good headers. It does not mean they're good headers. Get you something good. Get you something proven. It doesn't have to be the top high-notch company. It doesn't have to be. There's lower companies that actually make very good headers, or any other automotive part. But don't cheap out. I mean, if you find a header on eBay or Amazon for $50, $125, you might want to look into it. I mean, there was no brand. He showed me the page where he ordered it from. There was no brand on it. It just said steel header. And I'm like, okay, we got a problem. I mainly order a lot of my parts as far as headers and things like that from Muscle. I order them through Jegs or Summit. There are some other companies you can order the same things that are on Jegs or Summit. You can order them and get them a little bit cheaper. Some stuff you'll find on eBay or hell, forums. Forums? Oh man, forums are great. There's guys on there I've bought parts from that they make them themselves, and they're great welders. I have seen some awesome welds. I've seen better welds from those guys who do it as a side job than the stuff I get from Jegs. I'm serious. I have seen some great things. Check out your forums. Talk to people. Read. You're gonna have to sift through the bowl. You're gonna have to sift through it. But read, learn, educate yourself on what you're doing before you do it, or go to a mechanic that actually knows what he's talking about, or you think he knows what he's talking about at least, or he'll say, I'll research it for you. Good mechanic will research everything before he does something. He will research a lot of things. So that's my message for the morning. I'm gonna get to work now, but y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all later.